Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you something simple yet powerful. Success begins in the mind. It's not luck, not background, not connections. It's that clear image you hold in your heart of who you want to become and what you want to achieve. That image, that's your dream. Now here's the truth. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lose focus. They get distracted. They chase comfort over purpose. But if you want to live a life of success, meaning, and fulfillment, you must keep your eyes locked on your dreams like a hawk on its prey. Your dream is your direction. Without it, you're just moving, not progressing. Like a ship without a rudder, the winds of life will blow. Doubt, fear, setbacks, criticism. But when your dream is strong and your focus is sharp, you adjust your sails and keep moving forward. But don't just dream. Dream and then plan. Plan and then act. Act and then persist. Dreams without action are just wishes, and wishes won't pay your bills or build your legacy. It takes discipline to stay focused. It takes courage to believe in yourself when no one else does. It takes vision to see the finish line before you even start running. Success is never accidental. It is the natural result of clear goals, focused effort, and unshakable belief. So protect your dream like a treasure. Work on it daily. Talk about it with energy. Chase it with intensity. Because here's the final truth. If you don't build your own dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Focus on your dream, and one day, the world will focus on your success. Define your dream in detail. A vague dream leads to vague results. A dream written becomes a goal. Goals fuel focus. Avoid distractions that don't align with your vision. Read, listen, and learn things that support your dream. Small, consistent steps beat big, occasional leaps. Surround yourself with people who encourage your dream, not drain it. See yourself winning. The mind moves toward what it visualizes. Obstacles are part of the journey. Focus helps you overcome them. Between your dream and reality lies discipline. Your why is your fuel. Keep it strong and alive. You can't hit a target you can't see, and you can't chase a dream you haven't defined. One of the greatest reasons people drift through life is because they never took the time to sit down, think clearly, and decide exactly what they want. Clarity creates energy. It sharpens your focus. It gives you direction. When you know what you want, you wake up with purpose. You stop wasting time on things that don't move you forward. You stop saying yes to every distraction. You begin to live intentionally. Most people say they want success, but if you ask them, what does that mean to you? They don't have a clear answer. That's like saying you want to build a house, but you've got no blueprint. How will you know when you've built it? How will you even start? When the picture in your mind is clear, your body follows. Your decisions become easier. Your confidence grows. Why? Because you're no longer guessing, you're aiming. Take time to define your dream in detail. Write it down, see it, feel it, make it real in your mind first. When your vision is sharp, your actions become powerful. You move with certainty while others hesitate. You walk with purpose while others wander. So don't let your dream live in the fog. Make it clear, make it loud, make it so vivid that it pulls you forward every single day. Because the clearer the dream, the stronger the drive. Don't trust your future to memory. Memory fades. Life gets busy. Thoughts come and go. But when you write something down, you make it solid. You take that invisible idea floating around in your mind, and you turn it into something real, something you can see, touch, and come back to. A written goal is a serious goal. It tells your mind, I mean business. It shifts your dream from a wish to a commitment. And something happens when the pen hits the paper. Clarity improves, focus tightens, and your subconscious begins to work on it, even when you're not thinking about it. The act of writing it down forces you to be specific. It's easy to say, I want to be successful, but when you have to write it, now you've got to define what success looks like for you. What's the target? By when? How much? With who? Writing makes it clear. And here's the thing. A dream unwritten is easily forgotten. You get caught up in routines, in distractions, in other people's priorities. But when you have your goal written down, in your notebook, on your wall, in your phone, it becomes a compass. It pulls you back when you drift. It also creates accountability. You can measure progress. You can look back and say, am I closer than I was yesterday? That's the power of a written goal. It keeps you grounded, keeps you honest, and keeps you moving. So don't just think it. Don't just talk about it. Write it, cement it, review it, rewrite it if needed. Because the pen is a tool not just for notes. It's a tool for building dreams. Focus is a fragile thing. It doesn't get stolen all at once. It gets chipped away little by little. A few minutes here, a distraction there, a quick scroll, a meaningless conversation. And before you know it, your whole day's been hijacked. Not by emergencies, but by the unimportant. If your dream is valuable, then your focus is sacred. You have to protect it like it's gold. Because that's exactly what it is. It's the gold that buys your future. Without focus, your talents scatter, your energy weakens, and your results disappear. You start doing 100 things, but nothing gets finished. You start running in every direction, but go nowhere. There will always be noise. There will always be people who want your time, your attention, your energy. But you've got to ask yourself, does this serve my dream? If not, then it's a distraction, no matter how urgent it looks. And here's something important. Focus isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you say no to. Saying no to comfort. Saying no to drama. Saying no to opportunities that don't align. That's the discipline that separates the average from the successful. You only have so much mental bandwidth each day. Don't waste it on gossip, news you can't control, or people who don't inspire you. Protect your mornings. Protect your quiet time. Protect your calendar. Because what you focus on grows and what you ignore fades. The world may be noisy, but your dream needs silence, space, and your full attention. Guard your focus like your future depends on it. Because it does. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant nothing, weeds still grow. Neglect it, and you'll find it full of doubt, fear, and negativity. But if you feed it right, it becomes the richest soil for success. Every day you're feeding your mind. The question is, with what? Junk information, endless noise, useless gossip, or are you feeding it with ideas that stretch you, challenge you, and build you? Success starts with mindset, and mindset starts with input. You can't expect to live a powerful life on a diet of weak thoughts. So read good books, listen to people who have gone further than you, watch content that builds you up, not tears your time down. What you put in shows up in how you think, how you speak, and how you act. Just like your body needs the right fuel to perform, your mind needs the right wisdom to grow. Ideas are nutrition for the brain. One good idea, one can change the direction of your whole life. But you've got to be open, and you've got to be intentional. Make it a habit. 10 minutes a day of good input is better than hours of meaningless scrolling. Little by little, that input becomes part of you. It sharpens your decisions. It strengthens your belief. It builds your vision. And here's the truth. The world won't stop feeding you noise, but you can choose what to accept. You can choose to feed your mind like your dream depends on it, because it does. So be careful what you listen to. Be selective about what you read, because your mind is your most valuable asset. And when you feed it right, it will take you exactly where you want to go. Big dreams don't require big leaps. They require small steps, taken consistently, every single day. Success isn't built in one day. It's built daily. It's the quiet work you do when no one's watching. The decision to get up early, the extra hour of study, the phone call you didn't feel like making, the routine you stick to even when you're tired. That's where progress lives. In the daily grind, not in the big moments. People often wait for the perfect time, the perfect mood, the perfect plan. But let me tell you, there's no perfect time. The perfect time is now. Because every day you delay, your dream drifts a little further out of reach. And every day you act. No matter how small the step, you pull it closer. It's not about massive effort once in a while. It's about steady effort over time. That's how momentum is built. 1 page a day turns into a book. 1 workout a day turns into health. 1 wise choice a day turns into character. And 1 focused hour a day turns into mastery. Daily action builds discipline. It builds belief. It tells your mind, we're serious. And that consistency creates results. Not immediately, but inevitably. So don't let a day slip by without doing anything that moves you forward. Even 5 minutes. Even 1 task. Small wins compound. And before you know it, what once felt impossible becomes your new normal. Dreams don't respond to wishes. They respond to effort. So take action. Take it today. Take it again tomorrow. And don't stop, because your future self is counting on you to stay in motion. You can have the greatest dream in the world, but if you spend your time around people who don't believe in it, or worse, don't believe in you, you'll start to shrink it just to fit in. People are powerful. Their energy rubs off. Their words take root. Their mindset can either lift you higher or pull you down like an anchor. That's why it matters who you spend your time with. If you're always around complainers, guess what? You'll start to complain. If you're surrounded by doubt, your confidence will start to fade. But if you're around believers, people who are growing, reaching, building, you'll rise too. Find those who encourage your dream, not question it. The ones who challenge you, support you, and push you to level up. You don't need a crowd, you just need the right few. People who think big. People who take action. People who remind you who you are when you forget. Sometimes the biggest breakthrough comes not from a new idea, but from a new circle. And if your current environment is full of negativity, limit it. Protect your space. Tune out the noise, because your dream is too important to let it get poisoned by small minds and limited thinking. Belief is contagious. So is doubt. Choose your company like your future depends on it, because it does. So stay around the ones who clap when you win, who speak life into your goals, and who remind you that greatness is possible, not just for them, but for you too. Everything is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Before you can live the life you want, you have to see it. You have to build it in your imagination, frame by frame, until it becomes so real that you can feel it in your bones. Your mind is the blueprint room. If you can't picture yourself succeeding, achieving, becoming, then don't be surprised when life doesn't deliver, because the world around you will always reflect the picture you carry inside of you. Visualizing success isn't wishful thinking. It's mental training. Just like athletes rehearse their moves in their mind before they ever step onto the field, you've got to rehearse your dream in your mind until you know exactly what it looks like. The sights, the sounds, the feeling of crossing the finish line. When you visualize it daily, you give your brain a target. You tell your thoughts, your emotions, your habits where to go. You stop reacting and start directing. That image in your mind becomes your compass, and the clearer it gets, the faster you move toward it. But here's the secret. Don't just see the end goal. See yourself doing the work. See yourself pushing through the hard days, staying focused, staying disciplined. That's just as important, because when the challenges show up, and they will, your mind will already be trained to handle it. Success is not just about what you do, it's about how you think. So picture it, speak it, walk through it in your mind until it becomes familiar, until it becomes expected. Because if you keep seeing it on the inside, one day, you'll be standing in it on the outside. If your dream is real, expect resistance. It's not a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that you're doing something worthwhile. The bigger the goal, the bigger the pushback. That's the way it works. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will challenge you. Some days you'll feel like you're making progress, and other days you'll feel like you're stuck in place. But here's the truth. Resistance is part of the process. It's how the world asks, how bad do you want it? See, everyone's excited at the beginning. That first step is easy, when the vision is fresh and the energy is high. But it's when things get uncomfortable, when the results are slow, when the doors don't open right away, that most people quit. Not because they couldn't do it, but because they weren't ready for resistance. But if you prepare for it, it won't break you. It'll build you. Resistance strengthens your focus. It sharpens your skills. It reveals your grit. Just like a muscle grows under pressure, your character grows through the struggle. And every time you push back instead of giving up, you get strong. Don't be surprised when it gets hard. Be expectant. That's the time to double down, not back down. You don't need everything to be easy. You just need to be committed. So when resistance shows up, whether it's a delay, a failure, a rejection, or even your own self-doubt, don't run. Smile a little. That's the sign you're on the right path. That's life asking you to prove you're serious. Because the dream is yours, but the strength to carry it, that's earned through resistance. Everyone wants the reward, the success, the freedom, the lifestyle. But not everyone wants the discipline. And here's the truth. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. It's the daily price you pay to cross over from dreams to reality. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means keeping your word to yourself. Waking up when the alarm goes off. Showing up when it's uncomfortable. Saying no to what's easy and yes to what's right. See, motivation comes and goes. It's like the wind. But discipline, that's the engine. That's what keeps you going when the excitement wears off and the work begins. Because at some point, the mood will leave, but your goals will still be waiting. Discipline doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. Small daily action. Ordinary things done over and over, with focus and intention. It's not glamorous. It's not supposed to be. But that's what builds real lasting success. The gym won't work unless you go. The book won't write itself. The business won't grow on ideas alone. Your future is sitting there on the other side of effort. And the only way to get there is to cross the bridge, step by step, day by day. And here's what's powerful. The more disciplined you become, the freer you feel. Why? Because now you're in control. You're not ruled by feelings, distractions, or laziness. You call the shots. That's freedom. So stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect mood, or someone to push you. Be your own push. Build the habits. Keep the promises. Walk the bridge. Because discipline isn't punishment. It's the pathway, the one that takes you straight to the life you said you wanted. When the road gets tough, and it will, when the results don't come fast enough, when the challenges seem endless, it's easy to lose sight of why you started in the first place. The enthusiasm fades, the doubts creep in, and it can feel like the dream is slipping away. But here's the key. Never forget why you started. Your why is your anchor. It's the reason you wake up every morning, the reason you keep going when you want to quit. It's what pulls you through the hard days and lifts you higher on the good days. It's the energy behind every decision, every sacrifice, every step forward. You started because you saw something greater for yourself, for your family, for your future. You started because there was a vision that fired you up. It was clear, and it was compelling. But that vision, that why, will need to be nurtured and protected. It'll need to be reminded again and again when the obstacles try to take your focus. The why isn't just the big picture. It's also the small moments. It's the reason you put in the work, even when no one is watching. It's the reason you choose to grow, learn, and push beyond your comfort zone. It's what fuels the small decisions that ultimately create the big changes. But don't just think about it, feel it. Hold on to that spark. Keep the vision alive in your heart. Remind yourself why you're doing this every day. Because when you have a strong why, the how becomes easier. The steps get clearer. The struggles don't feel so heavy. Life is going to throw everything at you. Doubt, fear, disappointment, rejection. But when you can stay connected to your why, you won't quit. You'll keep going. You'll find a way. So remember, every time it gets hard, bring yourself back to your why. It's the fire that will keep you moving, even when the winds of doubt blow strong. Because your why is what turns ordinary days into extraordinary progress. As we conclude this journey of growth, success, and self-discovery, it's essential to understand that the path to achieving your dreams is not a straight line. It's not without its challenges, its moments of doubt, or its setbacks. However, it is precisely in how we respond to these challenges, in how we embrace resistance, stay focused on our goals, and take action every single day, that determines whether we succeed or not. The first key to unlocking your potential is focusing on your dreams. Without a clear vision, you are like a ship sailing without a compass. Your dreams are your destination. They give you direction, they light up your path. But merely dreaming about success won't make it a reality. You must follow through. That's where clarity comes into play. Knowing exactly what you want and being clear about the steps needed to get there is a power you can wield. You are not just hoping for success, you are planning for it. But clarity alone is not enough. You must write it down. There is a magical thing that happens when you commit your goals to paper. It transforms an abstract idea into a real tangible thing. Writing it down forces you to define your dreams, break them into actionable steps, and create a timeline. It gives you a blueprint for your success. You're no longer drifting in the sea of uncertainty. You have a map that tells you exactly where to go. Once you have that clarity in those written goals, the next step is to guard your focus. Focus is your most precious resource, and in this fast-paced world, full of distractions, you must protect it fiercely. Every day there will be thousands of things competing for your attention. There will be people, situations, and circumstances that attempt to steal your focus. The key is to decide what matters most. When you learn to say no to distractions and yes to your goals, you are protecting your future. And while focus is essential, it's equally important to feed your mind. You cannot expect to grow and achieve if you aren't feeding your mind with the right information. Your mind is like soil, and what you plant in it will grow. By surrounding yourself with knowledge, inspiration, and ideas that expand your thinking, you are nurturing your growth. When you consume positive and empowering content, you start to believe in your potential, and your mindset begins to shift. Success is built from the inside out. And the more you feed your mind with wisdom and growth, the more capable you become of handling whatever comes your way. But even with the right focus, clarity, and mindset, nothing happens without taking daily action. This is where many people falter. They get excited about their dreams, but when the hard work sets in, they hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment, for motivation to strike, or for the stars to align. But success doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It is built through consistent, everyday effort. Every small task you complete, every step you take toward your goal, compounds over time. That's how success is achieved, through the sum of many small actions, not one big leap. Along with action, it is critical to stay around believers. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you higher or hold you back. There will always be people who doubt you, who question your abilities, and who tell you that your dreams are too big. And while it's important to have the courage to ignore the negativity, it's also crucial to surround yourself with those who believe in you. Find the people who encourage you, who challenge you, and who remind you that your dreams are possible. When you are supported by others who share your vision, it becomes much easier to stay committed, especially when times get tough. In your pursuit of success, it's also essential to visualize your success. The power of visualization cannot be overstated. What you can see in your mind, you can achieve in your life. Visualization allows you to experience your success before it happens. It conditions your mind to expect victory. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals, you create a mental image of success that your mind works towards every day. But it's not just about seeing the end result. It's about seeing the effort, the struggles, and the triumphs along the way. Visualizing success is a constant reminder that your dreams are within reach. You simply have to keep going. As you embark on this journey, be ready for resistance. Resistance is inevitable. The bigger your dreams, the greater the obstacles you will face. But resistance is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're on the right path. The only way to move forward is to confront resistance head on. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your progress. Every setback, every challenge, is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. When you persist through the tough times, you build resilience, and with resilience, you can accomplish anything. And as you push through resistance, remember that discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of your mood, your circumstances, or the challenges you face. Discipline is what will carry you through the tough days and bring you closer to your goals, step by step. Finally, as you move forward, never forget why you started. The journey will get tough. There will be days when you feel like quitting. On those days, remind yourself why you began in the first place. Remember the vision, the passion, and the purpose that drove you to start. When you reconnect with your why, it will reignite your motivation and remind you that the pain and struggle are worth it. Your why is your anchor, and when you hold on to it tightly, you'll have the strength to continue, no matter what. Success is not a one-time event. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. But when you stay focused, take consistent action, guard your mind, surround yourself with believers, and never give up on your why, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The road ahead may not always be easy, but it will be worth every step. In the end, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed keep going when others quit. They don't let setbacks define them. They use every challenge as fuel to propel them forward, and they never forget why they started. That's the key to lasting success. Keep going, keep believing, keep striving. Your dreams are waiting for you, and you are more than capable of making them a reality.